I'm so glad you're here. It's been 3 months since I filmed my bedsheet dress video, and I thought, it's probably about time to make another video where I make something out of a specific type of linen. So that's what I'm gonna do. I've done bedsheets and I've done pillowcases, but I haven't done curtains. That's right, we're channeling our inner Maria von Trapp or Giselle from Enchanted, and we're gonna make some clothes out of curtains. This dress I'm wearing right now, this Van Gogh Starry Night, was a shower curtain. You know, I thought the yellow blouse layered with the dress would look cute because of the pops of yellow in the dress, but I think I've accidentally become a minion, and I wish I could say it's the first time. Let's go take a look at our options. Let's have a look. The one I think I'm most excited to use is this one. It's a shower curtain originally from IKEA, and it was still in the package at the garage sale I found it at, so I had to grab it, and I think it was like $1. Very excited to use that one. The next one is also a shower curtain. I grabbed this one because it reminds me of Elsa. The diamond shapes with little diamonds inside of them remind me of the elemental symbols that they have in the second movie. There is a sort of gradient that happens. I haven't actually looked at the whole thing unfolded. Probably should have done that. Not sure what I'm gonna do with it, but it's there. And the last one is this entire box. It is full of somebody's old living room, dining room, bedroom. I'm not sure where. They're not shower curtains, they're curtain curtains. There are quite a few. I have already used two. I think I've used about 4 panels already. They were originally going to be overalls inspired by Bluey, but they didn't really take the dye very well, and I ended up turning them into a dress in my finishing what I started video. But I still have quite a few left to play with, and I'm excited to finally use them. And I don't think I necessarily have to use all of them because there's a lot here, but it's good to have so many, that way I know I can play around with the volume of whatever I make. And I know now if I want to dye it, I know that it takes it on a little bit, but it's not very vibrant in the end. I don't know what I want to do with it yet, so let's go see if we can plan something out. Starting with our IKEA shower curtain, I really love the pattern, so I wanted to use as much of it as possible. So I initially chose a long skirt and long sleeves, and used my Bridgerton bodice to get a wide curved neckline. Pretty soon everything was ready to go for the IKEA shower curtain, and I probably could have put it together that night, but I had gotten a late start and decided to continue the next day when I was so ready to get to work. I wanted to try and get all of the pieces cut out for all 3 dresses, so I didn't have to go back and forth between cutting and sewing. Then I decided to listen to K-pop Demon Hunters while working, and it distracted me just a little. But eventually, I locked in for like 2 seconds, then another song came on, but after that, I got the whole dress cut out, putting the sleeve pattern in the middle to try and get a good gradient on each sleeve. Then I had to decide what to do with the plain off-white curtains. The fabric had a really nice shine and heft to it, and after a bit of brainstorming, I decided to make a cute kind of princessy dress with poofy sleeves and an extra half circle skirt panel to make it extra swooshy. Once everything was cut out and my workshop was covered in bits and pieces of dresses to be, I assembled the dresses in the order I cut them out. The IKEA curtain was once again first in line, and when I tried the dress on before I attached the sleeves, I really liked the sleeveless look, so I decided not to add them. It was a little shapeless when I tried it on, so I took some of the scraps and made ties to cinch it in the back. I almost added pockets, but the fabric is a little see-through and I didn't want the pockets to be super visible, and they definitely would have been, so I decided against it. Before I knew it, the IKEA curtain dress was done, and it was late, so I called it a night and got right to work the next day. The diamond pattern dress was up next, for which I used my Elsa dress pattern to give it a v-neck, and a flared sleeve pattern from Katie Sews to add some swooshy drama, inspired by Elsa's many swooshy capes. Making up for the fact that the skirt is just a rectangular piece from the remaining bottom half of the curtain and won't have much swoosh to it at all. I wasn't really sure I would like this one just looking at it, but we'll have to see once I try it on. Finally, the princessy dress. Now, I almost kept it white, but as someone who spilled an impressive amount of coffee on myself this past week, white didn't seem like a good idea for me, so I decided to dye it. It's a synthetic blend, meaning almost all of my color options were no longer options. I had more sandstone left in the bottle, so that's what I chose. It did leave me with a really pretty color that looks kind of like gold, so I was really happy with the results. The dyeing process took a very long time, so I did most of the construction the next day. Before I attached the lining to the outside of the bodice, I decided to do some embroidery on it first, that way the tails of the floss and messy bits would be hidden inside. I drew some leafy vines on with a heat erasable pen, used Thrifted embroidery floss for those, and then added some brown flowers using beads I also got secondhand. I don't know why I used brown. They kinda look more like pine cones, but you know what? I like pine cones, so that's okay. The embroidery and beading took all afternoon, essentially, so once I attached the lining to the bodice, I called it a night and got back to it the next day. The actual construction of this dress went pretty well. I'd used the pattern several times in the past without many issues. The only real challenge initially was my hair. The faux bangs I tried to make did not want to cooperate like they had in my Gibson Girl video, but another challenge soon reared its ugly head when I realized I was putting the sleeves together in the most backwards way imaginable. It took me twice as long as usual to put them together, and I'm not sure what happened there, but eventually I got it together. Then I had to face the consequences of adding an extra skirt panel, hemming. As I grumpily put it through the serger, I second-guessed my swoosh-fueled delusions, and as I sewed the most basic hem, I cursed my past self for her greed. But once the ties were sewn and sandwiched between the bodice and the skirt, I was feeling more excited because it looked pretty cute. And then I tried it on. The outer piece of the bodice was sagging, the straps for the sleeves were way too wide, and the skirt was very uneven. To fix everything meant taking it apart, but not that day. No. That was a problem for future me. And look at her, so excited to essentially do the sewing equivalent of turning it off and on again. So after over an hour of careful seam ripping, I once again had 4 separate pieces of dress to put together. I was thrilled. The first thing I changed was the lining, which I cut in half, keeping some in there as a sort of interfacing instead of a full lining. Then I cut the straps in half, reattached the sleeves, then the bodice and the skirt, and after ironing away the pen marks, all 3 dresses were finished, which means it's time for the reveal.
Excuse me, ma'am. You're right where I need to sit. Can I sit there?
Oh my goodness. Oh my. Filming on the couch was probably a mistake. Somebody just wants cuddles, don't you? It was sort of a mixed bag. Just in terms of style, I think everything worked out pretty well in the end. The diamond pattern one was the one I was the most unsure of. It took me a long time to figure out what kind of dress I wanted to make with it, just because it's such a unique pattern. I wasn't quite sure if I was going to want to wear it at the end because I didn't feel as excited looking at it as I did when I first grabbed it. So I almost skipped it. But I'm glad I didn't because I think it's a fun dress. I think it'll be fun for wintertime especially. The IKEA shower curtain, I think I'm gonna wear that one all the time. It is a bit plasticky. It has the little swishy swish sound that you get when it rubs against anything, but it does feel like you're wearing nothing, which is a strange feeling, but overall very nice. More breathable than you'd expect from 100% polyester. But it was easy to make, and so was the diamond one. The diamond one was done like that. This one, however, took way more time and attention than I was anticipating giving it. I don't know why, but my brain was just, I don't think, fully turned on when I started working on this, and the way I put the sleeves together made no sense at all, and I can't even tell you what I did. I just know that in the moment I thought, why did I do it like this? I don't remember what I did, but it was not efficient. But they are cute, and that's all that matters. After all of the alterations, it is still a little bit big. I took the straps in by like 2 inches, and they are still a tiny bit loose, but that's okay. I do like how it turned out overall. It makes me feel like a putty princess. Did anybody else have that game? We just basically put jewelry on. However, this was not at all my first plan for this curtain set. I kind of wanted to do something a little funkier than this. Ever since I made those beetles in my Beetlejuice video, I've just wanted to make a bunch of beaded insects. And you know what? I think I will. The problem was that beading and embroidery takes a long time, and I'm already well past my cutoff date for this project, thanks to this dress. But you know what? It was worth it because I actually like all 3 of the dresses that I made. And if you do too, you can let me know by hitting the like button. And if you want to see what I'm doing next and join the channel, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to know when I post, hit the notification bell. YouTube will let you know. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!